In the beginning, when we arrived on this planet that God created for us, for whatever reason, before what we were going through, what happened was He used my alphabets, which is like a sort of light of creation of any kind, every sort. And he used that to recreate design of these beautiful dimen- dimensions of earth layers. But it's not 100% proven. It's not proven that he also created the, like I said, the dreams spectrum, which is the universe. So what happened was, after going through that, there was some thought thinking process. And I'm going to tell you, Moses created the first microphone. That's the phonetic aspect of letters. And me, I had created the cellular phone that created music, a machine, not without the satanic 666 that we love, or number that generated to be blasphemous. And it's the year AD 0. So, who created the dreams and the universe is Genesis, which is woman, all kinds. But around that time, people were not 100% conscious the way they were writing it down in the books. So, they were not 100% aware of what they were doing. 100%, not 100%, like we know now. Because of TED, like Kumatu.com, BT, you know, and Fever TV as well. They teach good knowledge. And the confusion, like the person just spoke to me mentally, they become center about me. Only me, me, me. Like I was the only workaholic. But I was not around. The first time I started being creative was 500. The creators and God tried to name me this name, Jesus Christ, or Jesus Rost. And I'm gonna tell you, those names you see like two. I'm gonna go into deep about letters, how it should be, because those names that you see like CH, two consonant mixed together, were not before accepted in Canada. It's because they are African or Asiatic skull. And since you know it's creation, so you know what the rest. But what I'm saying, what about Cran is that speaking overly is actually Moses' control, and speaking through technologies of electricity is was presumed as schizophrenia, but is really a solar parallel mega 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 shift. It's a mega shift. Economy that anything that you cannot do if you cannot fly, like the black man that are perceived online that can fly or whatever. And they even say I can fly or all those things. So basically, the real thing is I'm infamous, which means I can be infectious like the rest. I'm not some type of voodoo. But the issue, there is one white man that has miracles. Okay, so the story is biblical reason, numero uno. We have names that resemble each other, but it creates jealousy and fights and wars of denying that we could look like each other. So there is cross Jesus, which is Jesus Bandere. There is Jesus Christ, which is the guy with miracle. And there is me, the Messianic, which is Jesus Christ. That I'm perceived in some areas. I used to invent wine, but he, but I created it. I used to be a messianic. Messianic basically is the past of inventors and stuff in arts, inventors in arts. I used to own a car with those DJ Sound, famous guy, a car that played music, and we got hijacked because we could not manufacture. All those bad stuff happened to an African something, and they controlled it in police cars. And the only being omni that can form a new soul, that's for you to think about it. But for personally, I might say woman work we got to create. Because the Bible, when it said God created in his image, aren't woman image or imana, give them a shout out, woman. Tell them they are the image because we always trying to look at them, whether you are a man or a woman sometime, right? But image or imana in Mambo John. So all those things. Hise in Kirundi means called. God created in Nihise image. So God created us through names. And a cranial of Christ means if you are only Christ, but you're not upper, if you are Christopher, that means you are an original heart or Hutu cranial, but that is not opposite, hereditary, eradicated, or changing. But when you are only Christ, that means you have something in your face that can change. Do you see what can change? Color can change, which means Zeus. And I'm me. I'm always in my body spiritually, so I'm je. And Zeus means I don't want to talk about. I think about it from that perspective and grant us those names, all of us, those musicians and artists in religious books. And it's also it has to be that marrying the fact that publishing that brings you your good zones of communication, whether it's speech, reasonable meaning, or a sixth sense of technology communication.